Today we're going to look at RL.6.2, 7.2, and 8.2. And let's just look at RL.6.2. Determine a theme or central idea of a text and how it is conveyed through particular details. Provide a summary of the text based upon this determination. We're going to be just learning how to find the theme today. We're not going to do the summary right now. So here in the 6th grade, you're just going to determine or find the theme and talk about how the details help support the theme. Now in 7th grade, you also have to find the theme, but you have to analyze its development over the course of the text. So how does it start from the beginning, go to the middle, and in the end? And also how it is emerged and shaped and refined by specific details. How the characters help to emerge the theme, how the details help shape and refine it. And it's the same thing in the 8th grade too. So let's look at determining a theme. What is a theme? A theme is a message. It's almost like a lesson that the author wants you to be taught in reading whatever he's written about. So it's a lesson or a message, and it does emerge. It starts at the beginning. You may have an idea of what it is, and then in the middle and the end, by the end it's all emerged, and you can see what the theme is. Now, if you look at this picture, you've got a blind runner and his guide approach the finish line during a Paralympic event in Malaysia. So if you look here, you'll see what are the character details, the setting details, the action details. Well, the characters are very obvious. You've got one man who is blind who wants to run this race, and then you've got another man who is leading him to help run this race. So you've got a sight runner and a blind runner. And obviously the setting details, they're on a track. The action, they're approaching the finish line. So what theme could we get out of this particular picture? Well, no matter what obstacles you face, people can accomplish amazing things through teamwork. It's very obvious. You've got them together. Even their faces show that they're determined and they're going to finish. Look down here. I want to point this out. You need to pay attention to specific details as you read. Those details as you read are going to help you figure out what the theme is and what the author is trying to tell us. Just like the details in this picture help us to figure out a theme. Through teamwork, you can accomplish anything. So let's go ahead and look at the story. The story we're going to be looking at today is called Holden and Pops by Evan Garlichin. When you're at your grandfather's after school, be sure to do something other than sit by yourself playing video games, Holden. I know, Mom, but what else is there to do? Whined Holden, washing cereal bowls. Have you ever tried to show him one of your games? At least you'd be doing something together, Mom suggests. Oh, Pops wouldn't be interested. Holden shrugged as they headed out to the car. Plus, he'd never catch on. You know how he is about big, scary technology. As Holden got out of the car, Mom tried once more. You know, Pops might surprise you. Keep your options open. You might even ask him about big, scary technology sometime. Holden puzzled over her words on the way into school. Okay, so let's look at this. The question it says is, what do the details in this part of the story suggest about how people sometimes judge each other? Well, you've got two characters here that we're looking at. And let's look at the details from these characters. You've got Mom and you've got Holden. So, what is Mom trying to do? Mom is trying to get Holden to show grandfather some of his video games. Okay? And Holden, what is he saying? Oh, Pops would never be interested in video games. What he thinks that technology is big and scary. So already we can see that Holden is judging Pops. No way would he be interested. The technology to him is big and scary. But Mom comes into a different kind of point of view or attitude. She says to him, you know, Pops might surprise you. You might even ask him about big, scary technology sometimes. So we can see that the theme is emerging in this particular part of the story. If we look here at the chart, and sometimes it's easier to put your key details into charts, Holden says that he wouldn't be interested. He thinks that technology is scary. So what does this tell us? Well, it tells us that Holden's attitude towards Pop is that he doesn't understand technology. He wouldn't be interested because he doesn't understand and he doesn't know how to do it. But Mom suggests that he might be interested, and she thinks that Pops is more interesting than Holden thinks. And we can see that this kind of gets Holden, if you look at this right here, puzzled over her words. He starts thinking about, what's she talking about? So the theme is emerging through the characters here. Let's read the second part of the story. That afternoon, Holden sat hunkered down over his video game controller, making vintage airplanes swoop across the screen. What you doing, son? Pop asked. Just a game, Holden answered distractedly. Then remembering Mom's advice, he made himself ask, want to see? Pop settled next to Holden and immediately exclaimed, say, is that plane a Tomahawk? You know she can go up to 20,000 feet to evade that enemy fighter. Holden pivoted to gape and shock. Pop shrugged and said, didn't I ever tell you about the Tomahawk I flew in 1941? So we definitely got some clues here that Holden's attitude has changed now towards Pop. He asked him, just like his mother said, you want to see? Do you want to see what it does? Then when he pivoted to gape in shock, so he turned his head and probably his mouth dropped and he was so shocked. And why was he shocked? Because he had no idea that Pop flew the Tomahawk. So let's look and see if we can figure out the best theme of the story. Which statement best expresses the theme of the story? A says, strong family bonds can develop only through shared interests. Well, this wouldn't be correct because Holden had no idea that Pops flew that Tomahawk. So he didn't find out to the end of the story. So A is not correct. B, people from generations have little in common. Well, yes, they were both from different generations, but at the end of the story, we find out that Pops does know about technology and flying airplanes, so this wouldn't be correct. C, children should always listen to advice from their parents. Holden did take his mother's advice, but that's not the theme throughout the story. That's not the best answer. D, assuming things about people may stop us from really knowing them. We know that at the beginning of the story, Holden thought that Pops was scared of big, scary technology. He states that out. He was making an assumption there. He was just assuming that Pops wouldn't like it. So he didn't really know him. So this is our theme of the story, and it emerges through the story with the characters and the details.